Number one thing is you can already get internet service in West Feliciana Parish. That's clear. But the internet service you get today is primarily over your cell phone, which can be very expensive because you're data limited. And so what we're looking at is a problem that we're dealing with in developing our parish to become a more modern environment in which to live and operate. The problem as we see it is that services are generally unavailable. If they are available, they're unreliable. And if they're available and somewhat reliable, they generally have data caps and limits on the amount of speed that you have to connect to the internet, and they're extremely expensive. This is the fiber backbone that we're going to be building. It's roughly 110 miles. It is on most of the major highways in the parish. The number 4,578 is the number of households that should be able to directly connect to the fiber, either through their existing provider, like if you're on the cable system at Lake Rosemount, your cable system will ultimately be able to connect to our fiber backbone and increase your speeds to some of the numbers we're going to show you in a few minutes. So what is it we're building? Well, the parish is not going into the internet service business. The parish is building a road, not a utility. And the image that we're using in this slide is FedEx and UPS going down side-by-side roads, or FedEx and UPS both using the roads that are provided by a local governing authority. And we think that's appropriate because our job is not to bring you the service. Our job is to build the road so that commercial and private providers can bring you the service. And we hope to do that in a way where those commercial providers will be able to compete such that you'll get better service, higher speeds, less cost. The fiber itself, however, because of the nature of our parish, we have a lot of beautiful things here, hills, hollows, lots of trees, and all of those things are great to look at, but hard to penetrate with wireless services. So what we're looking at here is a map of where we're going to put towers in such that we think that 98% of the folks who live in West Feliciana Parish, when this service is complete, will be able to access the internet at higher speeds than what they're able to do now, if they have service at all. So system speeds to the home, these are the three methods that will be available. Right now, if you're on DSL or even on UVerse, you're down in the 1.5 to 6 to 10 MBS speeds for your home. And a lot of people say, well, I already have service and I get 6 MBS and I can watch a movie and so forth. But what I think most of us have not realized until we've seen it in operation elsewhere is the difference between 1.5 MBS speed and a gigabyte, or even 75 to 100 MBS. Multiple users on your home network can get you above 1.5 MBS instantaneously, and then nobody has good service. The other problem with current services is they're tied generally to wireless, which wireless meaning your cellular service, and you're paying for every bit of data that goes through there. And by providing a network, we're hopeful that those services will become much more economical. These are the kind of speeds that we hope to be able to achieve. I'm gonna glance at these on my screen, but you know, we're looking at, for most people, somewhere in the range of 50 to 150 megabytes per second. And if you're on the wireless system, if you're on the fiber itself, your speed is virtually unlimited. A gigabyte to your home is possible if you're directly linked to the fiber. One of the most important questions any of us have to ask ourselves when we're going to vote on a proposition that involves tax is, what's it going to cost me? What's it going to do for me? What's my return on investment? So what we're showing you now is a couple of screens. One is a pure timber tract. If you have a 500-acre timber tract that's appraised currently at the number that the assessor uses, this plan will cost you $60 per year, roughly 12 cents per acre, and it will last for 5 years. This chart, a little bit more information, says that if your home value is $150, your annual cost will be $30. The total cost of this plan over the 5 years will be $150. So what does that do for you? Well, most of the real estate information that's out there, and the Wall Street Journal and others have said that if you're on a high-speed internet, first of all, you're more able to sell your home, but secondarily, it typically increases the value of your home by about 3.1%. So if your cost of your home is $150, that would increase the value by $4,500. If your home is $250,000, your annual cost would be about $70. Your 5-year cost $350, and your total increase in value about $7,500.